Okay, you all. So again, we are on the go. And so, excuse this setup. But a lot of you all have been hitting me up to talk about the whole 4B movement as it pertains to the women, saying that they're done with men and so on and so forth. And, we got to talk about it, right? And so we will. But before we do, let's go ahead and address a few things. So you have a lot of women, right, that are rallying behind this whole 4B movement, talking about, yes, this is perfect for us women. It is perfect for us to be able to shut off access to these men and be done with them and take our power back and really stick it to the men, right? No. As a matter of fact, I would almost guarantee you well over half of the women that are so loud talking about, oh yes, I'm so done with the men, I am closing off access, I am so for this 4B movement, I will guarantee that it will be the ones of you that are the loudest in the room that will be the first ones back begging men to marry you, save you, give you the pipe, and be stepdaddies to your children, because again, you're not fooling anybody but yourself. And I keep telling the men this because it's so accurate and it's so true. Fellas, I don't know if you've heard it or not, but us women, we like X with the S in front of it probably just as much, if not more, than you do. So how long are we really going to last with this whole 4B movement again? I wouldn't even give it 2 weeks before she's begging you to clap those cheeks. So quite honestly, the whole 4B movement sounds like a huge cry out for attention and help, desperation, and a big bluff to get the men to, submit and act right and just do whatever we want them to do. Because after all, if you don't do it, then I won't give you any cooch. But the thing is, you will. And can I also say that a lot of the men were already checked out and done anyway. So cutting off access to something that they already cut off their own access to is kind of given counterproductive. So for kicks and giggles, let's just go ahead and pretend that a lot of you women really are serious about cutting off men sexually and romantically, and you're just so done with them altogether, right? Okay, well, question. How great of an impact would that really have on the men when they were already done dating you and marrying you and procreating with you and taking you seriously? Like, for crying out loud, the men were not even taking you out on dates. For crying out loud, the men were not even approaching you, flirting with you. The men weren't doing that anyway. So again, ladies, what are we doing? Okay, it's giving desperation. It's giving, let's just throw whatever at the wall to see what lands, and hopefully it does get these men to submit. That's what it's giving, and I don't think it's going to work. And also, I hate to go here, but I have to. Ladies, it's a lot of you all that survive and thrive off of, let's say, trying to take advantage of men, and so do you not know that you're actually doing the men a favor by not entertaining them, by not trying to have sex with them and ultimately trap them with babies and child support? Like, all the way around, like, it's just not giving what you think it's giving, ma'ams. And can I also be real enough to say that I do believe that the majority of the women that are so loud when it comes to the whole 4B movement, you all are the ones that are the least serious. Like I said earlier, I think a lot of y'all are just crying out for attention and help. I think a lot of y'all are just wanting these men to just cave in and love on you and take care of you and all of that. But the thing is, a lot of you ladies, you don't qualify. You know, and it's not to be harsh. That's just being real. The women who are really serious about protecting their peace and not entertaining and dealing with men that are beneath them, quote unquote, they're actually living it out. They're living it out in silence. They're not out here, you know, screaming from the rooftops about how they're so done with men. No, that gives attention seeking. That gives, I want you all to pay attention to me so that you can hear my cry for help and save me. You know, it's not giving the drizzle movement with the men, to where the men are being loud and they are being obnoxious, but it's in an attempt to troll you. It's very satire. It's very much so to get you all to understand how crazy and ridiculous you sound and look. You know, with the whole 4B movement, a lot of y'all are, I guess, supposed to be serious about this. It's not satire. It is not done from a place of trying to poke fun. Like a lot of you all are trying to give off the air of this being a real movement that you are a part of. And I'm sorry, ma'am. It's not giving that. And I gotta be real, ladies, and say, we see right through you. We see that you do desperately want a man. You do desperately want love. You do desperately want to have a relationship to where you can thrive in it and you can have your own family and you can build with a man. Like you really do want that, which is why you are so loud and you're so hurt, you know, and rightfully so. It's in your nature as a woman to want those things. And I feel like a lot of us are doing ourselves a disservice by trying to pretend as though we don't want it. Like, no, all women, okay, of course there may be a few exceptions to the rule, like it always is, but I would go ahead and say with my whole heart, the overwhelming majority of women want, need, and desire, crave badly, okay, to have a family, to have a man, to have a relationship, to have love. We do not want to be alone. We do not want to be by ourselves. We don't want men to just go away forever. We don't, you know. And again, y'all are not fooling anybody, not even yourselves. A lot of y'all will be crying back and crawling back to the men. I would give you, I'll give you 2 weeks. But nonetheless, let's get into this video, you all, and break it down. I just had to go out and say those things first before we get heavily into the video. But it's cute though, okay? The whole 4B movement, it's a cute little attention grab, you know? But yeah, no. But let's get into it.
The 4B movement is coming to your town, buddy. Pay attention. Okay, we don't care. What makes you think men care about the birth rate dropping? We're the only ones that have an obligation to financially take care of kids any fucking way. You're really blessing us in disguise. You know what also is going to reduce? Child support. And protection. Dating. Provision. Yo, please, can y'all hurry up? Side note, and my mother told me this, but women typically have children because they want that unconditional love feeling that children give them that they typically don't get from men because we have to work to provide and protect for y'all ass. You think there's no female loneliness epidemic? Watch this. Men are gonna let the bad men do what they do. We're gonna help you destroy society. And when pandemonium and chaos, purge shit starts to happen, you can't look to men for any type of defense. That's all. And then this prophecy is gonna come into fruition. But notice how it says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. It didn't say shit about us taking hold back. So get on with it. We're ready to see this kingdom fall and the kingdom of heaven to come. Bring 4B, 4C, 4...
Now, we will continue with this video, but something that I really didn't think about was the loneliness factor that he mentioned. You know, ladies, are we thinking about how lonely we're going to be without the men? Like, men and women are wired differently. Men, they are more likely to be able to survive and thrive in isolation. Women, we're not designed that way. Innately, we need company, right? We need companionship. We need nurturing. We need love. We need support, So I think it's going to be very eye-opening and very interesting to see, what that kind of reality and world would look like with women essentially not dealing with men whatsoever. We're going to be very lonely. We're going to feel very incomplete. We're going to feel very off. We're going to have so many voids that need to be filled, and it's going to be due to our nature. Our nature tells us that we need men. We need family. We need companionship. We need relationship. We need it, baby. So yeah, very interesting. On top of that, ladies, because I know a lot of you all will say, well, we don't need men because we have each other. We have the sisterhood. We have other women to rely on and depend on. But not so fast, baby girl. Okay, we already know that when it comes to a lot of women, a lot of the women are very fickle. A lot of the women are very competitive, jealous, catty. They don't really like you like that. And so they will eventually grow very tired and bored with you because they're going to need a man. And dare I say, they're going to start to crave the penis. And then they're going to be very upset. You are. And I know I said this earlier, but we love sex just as much, and we need it just as much, if not more, than the men do. So how long is this really going to last before the women start to turn on each other and become very sexually frustrated? Like, this is just not going to work. It's not a feasible movement. It's not a feasible solution. Go back to the drawing board on this, okay? A lot of y'all are going to be extremely miserable because you're going to be lonely. You're going to be by yourself, and you're going to need a man. You're going to want some loving, baby. So, yeah, that's something that I didn't think about that maybe you all should, okay? But let's continue.
I keep seeing this shit about the 4B movement, so I finally bit the bullet and just searched it up on TikTok. And from what I understand, it's a bunch of women from Korea, I believe. They're tired with the misogyny and everything that's going on with men over there and how men are treating them, and they're refusing to have kids, marry men, or have any sex with men, and blah, 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 blah. People are saying, should they bring that to America? Should they bring that to Western countries? And here's what I feel like. Y'all could do whatever y'all like. Social media, specifically for women, has tricked y'all into thinking that men want relationships more than women. Y'all have sat up here and listened to these pink pill podcasters for so long that you're flailing and you don't know who to listen to. You don't even know what you want anymore. This is coming from a man who was married with 3 kids. I'm about to get snipped up. I'm done having kids, so this shit ain't gonna affect me at all. I'm just saying, it sounds kind of crazy. First, y'all tried to go with the hookup culture to be liberated sexually and give you, my body, my choice, give your body to all these men, not realizing that, hookup culture is for men. No one benefits from hookup culture more than men. So then you're like, okay, well, I can't do the same thing as them. That doesn't work out. Fuck it, I'm gonna go to the other end of the spectrum. No children, no sex, no nothing. Which I think is, more beneficial to you than hookup culture. But at the same time, it's they're not even dating men. They're not doing anything. It's y'all have to go touch the grass outside. And like I said, I'm married with kids, so I'm standing on the outside of this looking in. And it's just if y'all don't see that these cultures try to affect women and not men, it's crazy. Everything is being aimed straight at young women. Y'all don't see how much y'all are switching and whipping and dipping and doing different shit. Y'all don't see it? It's actually scary. Y'all went from hot girl summers to being girl bosses to now you want a soft life, you want to be feminine, fuck all this dumb shit. What is going on? Are any of you individuals who know what you actually want out of life? Because I'm seeing it and it's just a pendulum swing. Well, I tried that movement. That ain't work. I'm gonna try this movement. All right. I don't know what y'all should do with your life. I ain't your fucking therapist. But what I will tell you is that following trends on the internet and letting it affect your real life, it's kind of crazy.
More gems dropped. that was also very insightful. And I kind of alluded to that earlier when I said that a lot of us women, we are just throwing whatever at the wall to see what sticks. And everybody can see it. Everybody can see that we are being very impulsive and we're being very irrational, and we're going from one extreme to the next, trying to see what can work out for us. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, nothing is going to work if you all are not going to do the self-work, the self-reflecting, to figure out, okay, what is it about me that is drawing certain outcomes to my life or certain people into my life? What is it about me that I need to fix so that I can fix my results? But I'm telling y'all, and even he said that, and I thought it was very great that he said, following a bunch of trends to fix your life, that's not going to turn out well, baby girl. It's just not. It's unrealistic. It's not something that's very feasible and rooted in reality. We're not thinking about our nature as women first things first. Like this 4B movement, it won't even last, I wouldn't even say 2 weeks, 2 months, let alone a year. Like, come on, you all. Our nature tells us that we need certain things to survive. Men being the bulk of that. Family being the bulk of that. And so I think this is absolutely ridiculous, and everybody can see it. Everybody can see that we are moving very impulsive, and we are just doing things because it's trendy, or it sounds good, or we want the men to finally pay us attention and just bow down to us. Like, everybody can see through it, and until we see it for what it is, nothing's gonna work. Nothing's gonna turn out in our favor. But let's continue.
What's this I'm hearing about a 4B movement? I know I'm late to the game, but bring it on here to the U.S. Bring it on here. Convince all the women here to hold back their pom-pom. Because me, I have 6 kids, and it's hard to find a man to take care of me and my 6 kids. But if you guys want to hold back your pom-pom, I finally get a chance. So bring that movement here. Because what is that really going to do? If all the women were on the same page, then something might happen. But everybody's not going to be on that same 4B movement. So while you doing that, I'm going to be right here to slide on in and get me a man. Let's go. Power to the people.
That's another huge elephant in the room when it comes to the whole 4B movement. Like, ladies, let's be real. There's gonna be a whole lot of other women out there that will not help your movement to really be able to thrive and survive how you would want it to, because it's some women out here who understand that they need men, right? They need men to provide and protect and help and lead and teach. Like that, they're gonna need that. And so, yeah, how effective also will your movement be if all the women are not participating? The 4B movement could really work effectively if all women were on board. All women are not. You just have a whole bunch of loud, bitter, angry, hurt women out there that are just yelling this from the mountaintops to, again, try to get the men to act right and get their attention. But nonetheless, come on. It's not real. It's not rooted in something that is substantial. It's not even rooted in truth. Because let's be honest, you all, like I said earlier, a lot of those same women that are the loudest, you're going to crumble within the first 2 weeks, ma'am. So you're not even serious about the movement. Your nature won't allow you to be serious about the movement. And so on top of that, with other women being honest about their needs, their wants, their desires, yeah, I just don't think that this movement is going to work. I think it's an epic L, an epic fail. Go back to the drawing board. How about we put on the drawing board for us women to get in alignment? You know, that could fix a lot of problems, you know. Maybe the men would want to take care of you and wine and dine you and provide for you and start families if they had great women to choose from. You wouldn't have to go through all these extreme lengths to get men to act right if you would act right. I mean, that's the solution, ladies. But I mean, hey, who am I? I'm just a married woman, you know, giving my 2 cents about how marriage works. Because after all, I've been married happily for quite some time, but hey, what do I know? But long story long and short, I think the 4B movement is trash. I think it will not last. I think that it is a desperate cry out for help from women. I feel like it is attention grabbing and seeking, but nonetheless, it's not rooted in anything that is substantial. It's not going to bring us any positive results. And ultimately, it's going to be a fail on our end. We're going to be the ones that suffer in the end as far as this whole 4B movement is concerned. We're not punishing the men by doing this. You know, because first things first, a lot of y'all are still going to be sleeping with the men. I mean, clearly, right? And on top of that, like, the men already canceled you anyway. But okay. But anyway, y'all let me know how you feel about this. Are you for the 4B movement, fellas? Are you against it? Do you not give a damn? Are you a woman that is a part of the 4B movement? How's it working out for you? Anyway, but y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. I look forward to reading y'all's comments, and I'm gonna see you down below in the comment section. I'm gonna, see what you have to say about this. But yeah, my take is epic L, epic fail. Ladies, how about we just act right, and then that will get the men to want to love us and take us seriously and settle down and start families again. Maybe. But peace.